Hi, of course.
Okay, I'm
Happy
here on
Friday.
a off-docket matter, Ms. Keys. 2548155. You sent me an email a couple of days ago.
Oh,
about
right,
her.
right. Okay.
But the issue is that I'm asking you to open up, I'm here to request that you open up her curfew so she can take her son to school. So that's why she had left 10 minutes early, but she says she's out the house
Okay.
at 5:30 and she's here today.
Okay, come up, ma'am.
Let me just repeat that cost everyone.
Okay, 2548155.
5481.
So what would you like?
I'm asking, I have the scram on and I have the monitor on, and for the curfew, I'm asking, my son has to be to school at 6 o'clock and my curfew is 7. He plays basketball, he's in sports, so they have
I got it.
practice before school.
You
And he
want
goes to
5:30?
school out of district, so I'm asking if I can have 5:30.
Okay.
I take him to school and I come right back home, and I don't have a problem with my curfew. And then I wanted to also ask, with the scram and with the monitor on, if you can reinstate my driving privileges, because twice my son has been late
Oh,
to school.
Well, I was gonna pull her record, her,
I don't know what your driving record is. I mean,
yeah, I didn't know about her privileges. I know she has an interlock device, but I didn't know that
I
her
don't have an
privileges
interlock
were.
device. I don't have an interlock device.
All right,
Oh, you don't?
No, because I don't have a car. So, but my sister let me use her
Why are
car
you saying
No.
you don't have driving privileges?
because when I came to court, I thought
He told you not to drive. Okay, I
He
gotta
told
look
me
at your bond
not, yeah, he
conditions.
told me not to
Okay.
drive into court. And so,
As
I
a note, Your
came
Honor,
to
it's
court.
eligible with the last suspension ending in April of
read
2024.
me the dims, please.
The DIMS, yes, Your Honor. So on January 18th, 2024, the officer observed a vehicle failing to drive in a single lane at the 8600 block of West Grant Parkway. The defendant was swerving in and out of 2 lanes and came close to crashing into another vehicle in the next lane. A traffic stop was conducted and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle. The officer observed disorientation, a moderate odor of an alcoholic beverage, and slurred speech. The defendant could not provide an ID or insurance, and the officer observed an open container of alcohol on the floorboard next to her feet. The defendant stated she had not consumed alcohol, and the officer observed slow movements and unsteadiness on her feet. Center field sobriety tests were conducted, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 8 out of 8, one leg stand 2 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath. The results were 0.29 and 0.294.
Does she have any other open DWIs or anything?
This is the one where she has an open DWI out of Austin County.
That's fine. You have 2 open DWIs. I don't want you driving. You're not allowed to drive. If I find that you drive, I'm gonna have a contempt hearing. So I hope above all else, you are not driving. You heed this warning, Ms. Keys. You are not allowed to drive. If I find that you're driving someone else's car in violation, you're looking at 6 months in jail every single time you have signed an affidavit promising you that you're not going to drive. I don't care what is going on in your life. You have 2 open DWIs. There's alcohol in the car allegedly. Unacceptable.
And then opening up my privileges, the reason why I asked is because also, unless I sign over custody of my kid, I'm the only one that can sign him to school. So what's been going on is I have to ride with her to drop him off and then she brings me back.
Okay.
I have not
I will-
violated any
If you
conditions
want
of
me
my
to
bond.
open up the curfew, I
Okay.
will, but
Okay.
I don't want you driving. Do you understand?
Yes.
There is a method to our madness here. And 2 open DWIs, a 0.2 with alcohol in the car tells me that there is an issue. The last thing I want is someone dead. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I will open it up to 5:30. I hope, because imagine what's going to happen to your child if you go to jail and I make your bond $50,000 and you don't have anyone to make it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, just
Yes,
thank you.
ma'am.
May we be excused?
Yes, please.
Does she need to sign them?
She will need to sign yes, the condition. Yes. Darling,
Hi, Judge. I'm approaching on a new hire, so it's our
Yes.
first
Are you ready?
appearance. I am ready. McArdle.
okay, yeah, McCarter, come on up. And then Mac, I'm ready when you are, you know?
Yeah, we're just waiting on the DV.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Mac has wants to do a new case, PC. Mac, do you mind giving it to her? Thanks.
Page 13.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. McCardle. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. On January 25th, 2025, the officer stopped the vehicle for failing to maintain a single lane of traffic at the 3300 block of NASA Parkway. The officer observed the vehicle failed to maintain a single marked lane multiple times, and the vehicle had no license plate. The officer initiated a traffic stop, and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle. The officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, slow, delayed speech, and the defendant was asked to exit the vehicle, and the officer performed center field sobriety tests, HGN 6 out of 6. And then the defendant was then transported back to the station to continue testing, where he refused any more testing. The DIC was read, and the defendant refused a breath test. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Mr. McCardle, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Any prior DWIs?
No priors, Your Honor, and I'm running his license right now.
Please. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I'm going to revoke your bond and will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. You understand?
It's eligible, Your Honor.
As long as you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance, you may continue to drive. If you do not have either, then you're not allowed to drive. You've got a great lawyer. Listen to her. She'll take care of you. Because you have her representing you, I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court. But you must stay in touch with her. If she tells you she can't get a hold of you, you pick up a new case. You've seen what happens, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, no, that,
I'm not asking for much. I just want my community safe. That's all. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. You'll get with Fatima for your bond conditions, and then you guys are free to go.
thank you,
All
sir.
Thank you, Judge.
The new case, but just the old case, 5,001. Ready?
Judge, good morning.
Hey.
Mr. Sanders, bond violation, you asked us to approach on.
Page 20.
Dominic Sanders, come up. I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. I ordered you not to use. You're not to use anything. Do you understand? I'm sending you for a drug test. You must come right back. If you fail the test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand? Okay.
Judge, if I may, I can of course send him to get tested. I will make note that when he picked up this case, he was doing the drug test 5 days later, and he was going to come out positive for everything that's on that.
Cocaine. We'll see. I'm going to send him for a test right now.
Yes,
We'll see. All right. Take a seat for me, sir.
you're going to send it, right?
Right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you mind sending him for a test, please? And waive the fee. Hi. Thank you, Abel.
Morning, Judge. How are you doing? I have two clients I would like to approach regarding bail.
Okay.
First one is Guerrero Guadalupe. He has a terroristic threat. We're asking that bond be reduced. He does not have any other prior violent history.
Why is he still in? Why did he not get a PR bond? There's gotta be a reason. Hold on, let's find out.
Okay.
Let me read to you what the match sheet said, so we're on the same page, because I had no idea. It says, violent threats against his ex-wife, threatened to hit her with a walking cane. Let me bring him out. They didn't even give him a PR bond?
No,
They gave him no chance.
no, this is the only guy has pending. You'll do a PR bond.
But I want to talk to him first,
Okay,
just to admonish him.
okay.
Who's your second guy?
My second client is Ellis, last name Ellis, first name Bakori. His bond is currently set at $20,000 for this case. Last name Ellis.
Ellis.
Mhm.
I didn't know his name. Let me read this to you. So this, what I'm reading to you is why the magistrate decided to do what they did as far as not giving a PR bond, making the bond as high as they did.
Okay,
A lot of times they will have more information that we have here
okay,
because they'll do a group search like an NCIC or whatnot to see all criminal history. So, and this one's long. It says defendant on a 3-year deferred for a state jail felony since 3/21/24 stole CBD disposables. This case, witness called to report a man dancing around and waving a firearm in the air at 5900 Long Drive. Law enforcement officers arrived, saw defendant matching the description sitting at a bus stop at location, saw butt off gun sticking out of his pocket. Leo told defendant to put his hands up. Defendant instead reached for his gun. Leo struggled with the defendant as he continued to reach for his firearm. Holy moly. Finally got him cuffed and approximately 6mm, then recovered a loaded .45 pistol from his pocket. One Leo injured during the struggle, pushed against the wall of a bus stop, sustained minor abrasions. Witnessed identified defendant as the person she saw dancing, rapping, pulling out black pistol from his pants and waving it around multiple times. Not obeying NFC of deferred public safety concerns, indigent per AFC. That's why they did with the struggle and, he was lucky he's
There's
shot.
no body cam footage, so it's not a large struggle. I would like,
Let's bring him out both and we'll talk to him.
okay.
Guys, deputy, do you mind bringing out 2 people for me? I need Ellis and then I need, it's Guerrero, right?
Guerrero.
Ellis and Guerrero, please. Interesting is to see is that, was he on something? Was he allegedly intoxicated at the time? I wonder. I don't know.
He
Why?
does have mental health issues, so it may appear that the state that he was in may come off as appearing intoxicated, but he does have mental health issues to why his
So
behavior.
you had the full offense report?
Yes, Judge, I'm pulling it up right
Is there
now.
any indication of intoxication at all? Is he using anything?
There's no indication.
Read it, Your Honor.
You have a copy of the OR too?
Yes, I did, and I read it.
Anything?
It doesn't say anything about intoxication or abnormal behavior aside from that.
Hey, on the first case on Guerrero, do we know whether the complaining witness wants to have contact?
Your Honor, we attempted this morning, we still haven't been able to get successfully in contact with him.
I'd like to do PC with him out here.
Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge.
You speak English, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
How's jail?
Ain't fine.
Good. It's not supposed to be fun.
I'm disappointed. I wasn't even supposed to be there.
Let's talk. We'll figure out why. All right. Both of you guys have picked up criminal cases. You've not made bond and you don't have anyone that's going to make a bond for you. That's why you're in there right now. Your lawyer is asking for me to give you either a PR bond or to lower your bond. And we're going to have a discussion now as to whether that's going to happen or not. I'm a firm believer that everybody should be given at least one chance to see whether they're going to do right or not, right? So hold on. Just don't say anything yet. You'll get your chance, I promise. Mr. Guerrero, let's start with you. So you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 27, 2025, at 8:11 a.m., the officers arrived on the scene for a weapons disturbance at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The officers met with the complainant and a witness outside the residence and later met with the defendant inside the residence. The complainant stated the defendant, the ex-husband, lives with her at the house since last year. The complainant stated the defendant has threatened her numerous times and she was scared of what the defendant would do if she called the police. And on November 3rd, 2024, the defendant texted the complainant, I didn't put I'm fucking you up when you come back, bitch, but never assaulted the complainant. And in the middle of December 2024, The complainant was on the phone talking with a friend when the defendant approached the complainant from behind and tried to take her phone and shouted, asking who she was on the phone with. The defendant failed to get the phone away from the complainant. The complainant ran out of the residence out of fear. Around Christmas 2024 at approximately 7 to 8 p.m., the complainant and the defendant were arguing about the complainant's boyfriend having a key to her vehicle. The complainant and the defendant went to go get the keys, and the defendant stated, "I'm going to kill him." The complainant was in fear, and the complainant's boyfriend did not want police called. On January 26, 2025, the defendant came out of his room and the complainant's jacket on the chair where the defendant's cane normally rests, and the defendant saw his cane laying on the floor, and the defendant accused the complainant of placing it there. The defendant followed the complainant into the kitchen and was close to her face. The defendant told her, "You know I can hit you with this cane. I can't hit you with this. Next time I will hit you." The defendant was waving the cane in her face as he said this, and the complainant was in fear of what the defendant may do to her. The defendant calmed down, so the complainant did not call the police. The complainant called the police the next morning because she wanted him out of the house. The witness, the son, corroborated the complainant's telling of events and stated the defendant said to the complainant, "I could hit you if I want to," and was close to the complainant in the hallway and was waving the cane in the complainant's face.
Guerrero, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. The magistrate here did not give you a PR bond. If I give you a PR bond, I want assurances that you're not going to have contact with the complaining witness in this case.
Not going to.
You're not going to have,
Daughter, she's gonna take me somewhere else.
that's it. 95% of the people that are in jail now, because they have no self-control, they get upset and they wig out and do whatever they, without thinking, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen? Would you like me to give you a PR bond?
Yes, sir.
I don't want you to have contact with the complaining witness in
I
the
won't,
case.
sir.
I don't want you to have any weapons, and I want you to have self-control. I've given you a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with her. I'm giving you a chance now.
Yes, sir.
Don't pick up any new cases and don't disappoint us.
No, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Do you mind filing those conditions that he's not to have contact with this person?
No weapons, Your Honor, as well.
No weapons, no contact. I am also entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Ms. Cortez as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
If you have kids and they live with her, then use someone else. Don't call, don't go over there, because you now know no one's going to bond you out. So if you end up going back to jail, you'll be stuck like Chuck.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, man, I'm giving you a chance.
Okay.
Okay. So please, if you can still file those conditions, no contact, no weapons. Now, Mr. Ellis, your case is quite a bit more complicated. You were charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
Yes, Judge. On January 29th, 2025, at approximately 3:29 p.m., the officer dispatched to a weapons disturbance call at 5900 Long Drive in Harris County, Texas. The officers were given a description of the defendant and that he was dancing, waving a gun. The officer arrived at the location and saw the defendant matching the description at a bus stop. The officers observed the handgun sticking out of the defendant's front right pocket, and the officers told the defendant to put his hands up, and the defendant continuously refused orders from the officers to let go of the firearm. The officers used force and pulled the defendant's arms away, and the defendant continued to grip the firearm, attempting to pull it out of his pocket. The officer was hit by the defendant while pulling away, and the officer was thrown into a metal and glass wall at a bus stop. The officer sustained minor abrasions to his right arm, and the officer struggled with the defendant for approximately 6 minutes until detaining him. The officer spoke with a witness who stated she was walking to work and heard and saw the defendant dancing and rapping while waving around a firearm multiple times.
Mr. Ellis, let me read something to you. This is why the magistrate did not give you a PR bond in this case. Defendant on a 3-year deferred for a state jail felony since 3/21/24 allegedly stole CBD disposables. In this case, the witness called to report a man dancing around and waving a firearm in the air at the 5900 Long Drive in Houston, Texas. Law enforcement officers arrived, saw defendant matching the description as sitting at a bus stop, saw butt of gun sticking out of his pocket. Law enforcement officers told defendant to put his hands up. Defendant instead reached for his gun. Do you know how many people die from that very thing right there? Watch the news every single day in America. A young person dies just because of that very thing right there. Law enforcement officers struggled with the defendant as he continued to reach for the firearm, finally got him cuffed after approximately 6 minutes, then recovered a loaded .45 pistol from his pocket. One law enforcement officer injured during the struggle, pushed against the wall of the bus stop, sustained minor abrasions. Could have been another assault of a peace officer, which is a 3rd-degree felony, 2 to 10 in the penitentiary right there. Witness identified defendant as a person she saw dancing, rapping, pulling out a black pistol from his pants and waving it around multiple times, not obeying NFC of the deferred, the conditions of the deferred. Public safety concerns, indigent per AFC. This is the reason why you were not given a PR bond in this case. And quite frankly, Mr. Ellis, it scares me that if we let you out, what's going to happen? Sometimes we have to protect people from themselves because of their own worst enemy. Counsel, what would you like?
I would like to get his bond lowered. He is staying with his mother. His mother will be able to, keep an eye out on him and make sure that he does abide by the conditions that was previously set. I will give her a call today. He's looking for work and he has a child on the way. We're just asking for a lower bond.
What do you do with yourself these days, Mr. Ellis?
I'm just looking for a job so I could take care of my family because right now I'm with a whole 36-year-old and I'm 20 years old and I'm taking care of her kids, her and myself. And I'm staying with my mom and I'm in and out with my baby. So it's a whole lot of stuff going on. And then even dealing with that 3rd-degree felony.
It's not, I don't want to talk about the cases. My concern is that, Mr. Ellis, you're a baby yourself and now you got a kid on the way. How many kids you got?
To be my first, because I lost my first son at the age of 15, stillborn.
You were 15 when you had your first kid?
I will make contact with his mother, Your Honor, before I leave today. She's present in his life. Yeah.
What's going on with the deferred upstairs? Have they done anything? Have they filed a motion to revoke?
Let me see. It does not appear that at this time they filed a motion.
What do you guys think as far as a bond reduction? State.
Your Honor, based on the fact of the nature of him being a threat to the community and to the officer themselves, which are considered under 1750, and we request 5,000 would be.
I'm requesting 2,500, Judge. He's out of work and the person that would make bond for him would be his mother. And
How long has he been on probation? He's been on probation for a year. Let me see how well he's done. He's already had one BBR. You know, when you're on felony probation, you're supposed to live like you have a halo above your head because you're really looking at a lot of time in prison. And the way things are going now, this is not a good way to go. You're going to end up either dead, in prison, It's hard enough in this society as a black or brown person. All you're doing is making it more difficult. The older you get, the more difficult life gets. And if you don't have a skill, a trade, knowledge, you're going to end up with a 40-year sentence or in a gutter, begging, because life sucks without money. And what you're doing now, all you're doing is you're making life even just the more difficult as it is. The more convictions you get, the more unemployable you get. If you don't believe me, when you go back there in the pods, ask. All the old timers that are in there, ask. You're 20. Don't squander your opportunity. I'll give you a bond reduction. I'll set it to 10,000 now.
Okay.
I'd like to have contact with mom. So
Okay.
somehow if you can like arrange so we can figure out how we can get through to Mr. Ellis.
Yes.
So what we can do to, I'm not opposed to a PR bond,
Okay.
but I want to know that somehow we have some kind of structure in place so that we know.
Okay, Judge. I will call her today. How would you like me to get back in contact?
I'm assuming he might go to felony court Monday. We can roll it to Monday
Okay.
and then just stay in the loop with me and then
Will do.
we'll structure things so that we can try to get him on the up and up.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
I'm not going to let you die here. I'm not going to let you squander this opportunity. I will stay on top of this until we get you going well, because the way that you're going now, it sucks. It's not good. You're not to use any weed. You're not to use any alcohol. And I'm going to stay on top to make sure. I'm giving you a curfew. I'm going to do all these conditions to make sure you're not going to end up another statistic. Do you understand? So we're going to roll your case to Monday because I want to see if we can get your mom involved in this, see where we can go. Okay? All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks.
The PR bond.
No, yeah, PR bond on Guerrero and then 10G on Mr. Ellis.
Is the amount staying the same on the PR bond then?
Say it again?
Is the amount staying the same on the PR bond? The amount?
Yeah, that's sure.
Judge, did you do the BO for Ellis?
I'll do it right now.
Okay, please. If not, so I
Hey, Mac, what's up?
I don't know if you have the bandwidth for this right now, but I have a client who was arrested on a warrant on Tuesday and he got out of jail last night. He also had
And now?
right. So he just got out. He just had a felony setting upstairs, but his arraignment isn't until
Yeah, we can do it
next
now.
Thursday.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I just need to get domestic violence here because I think the other case that he had a warrant for is being handled by them. So
Is
let me.
Gabe busy?
I don't think Sebastian is busy. I can get,
Oh, is it Sebastian? Why are you
Sebastian.
calling him Gabe?
yes.
That's why he's not answering.
My-
No,
Sebastian. Yes,
Do you need a call?
Man, I need a list. I need a list. Call him. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Ay, caramba la bamba.
It was full, sorry, 2548 57. The last one.
I'll get Sebastian down.
Thank you.
In court, every decision shapes a life. From DUIs to violence, consequences reach far beyond these walls. Stay safe, stay aware, and never take your freedom for granted. If you found this eye-opening, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more.